Okay, define feminism.
Feminism to me is women having equal rights as men in politics, economics, and social status.
Feminism is equality for men and women.
Advocation for women's rights in all sort of walks of life in society and stuff like that.
The belief that women should have equal rights and how they deserve equal rights, especially after all they do.
Women fighting for equal rights between genders.
Equal rights for men and women.
It's like the movement of equality between the sexes. It's like the whole equalism thing about like that's for equality, and feminism for like making women better, but that's not what it's about, because it's about like men and women, and it's just about like making total equality and like eradicating stereotypes.
Have you ever been exposed to feminism? If so, where and by whom?
I have been exposed at Westridge by everyone, basically.
Probably in 8th grade history class. That was really the only time.
Well, I've been kind of surrounded by people who are pretty sexist, and usually the people that are my friends, and myself included, will kind of call them out on it because it's rude and disrespectful and it's wrong and it's stupid.
Does it affect you?
I would definitely say that it's an important thing in our society. Definitely something that really, I definitely think that women should be treated the same as men.
Yes, actually, because usually like men say impulsive comments about women, and they tell us stuff to like say that's not right, and it is not right.
If you wear certain things or do certain things, then people call you a slut, and if you don't, then people call you a prude, and it's like there's no way to win because you're going to be like one or the other. There's no like perfect middle. It's like people are going to hate you either way.
Where do you see feminism in your life?
When I see both men and women getting treated the same way.
I guess just the people around me and history classes when we talk about it.
Slut shaming, which is obviously very upsetting because you can wear what you want and you can behave however you want without having to fear how others will react and how others will treat you.
I think we should be taught like that feminism is a good thing, and how we should all treat women the right way. But at the same time, like, we're also guys.
Do you identify as a feminist? If not, why?
Yes, I do. Because I believe that all people are equal and they should be treated as such.
Yeah, I do.
To be honest, I'm not really sure. I've never sort of gone out of my way to sort of advocate it necessarily, but then on the contrary, I'm definitely not against it.
I don't know.
I guess I would call myself a feminist, but I'm not super extreme about it.
I do, because I think women should have equal rights and men should have equal rights.
Yeah, I do identify as a feminist.
What stereotypes do you hear about women, particularly feminists?
That they're crazy and they go to extreme lengths and that they think they should be better than men.
That they're annoying.
Going on and on about like how like wages mostly actually, because my mom's always talking about that to me, and how my sister doesn't get a fair wage.
Well, people say that like feminists are like lesbian a lot, and that's annoying because it's not true all the time.
Do you feel that society should accept feminism and get rid of the stereotypes about women?
I definitely think so, yeah. Especially in this day and age now of, I definitely think that equality for all is something that we should sort of highlight and make it more important for stuff we want to do.
Definitely, because stereotypes about women and even feminism are very stupid. Feminism isn't usually aggression towards men. That's not what feminism is. Some people can be aggressive towards men because they're just are, but I don't like it when feminism is described as such, because feminism is just wanting equality. And so
Treat everyone equally, women, men, and I think the stereotype should be removed, and that's not the easiest thing to do, but you gotta start somewhere. So.
Yeah, I do.
Why not? I feel like the stereotypes are really harmful, and society should totally accept feminism and get rid of those stereotypes about women and about men, like that they can't show their emotions.
Okay, I'm gonna read some statistics about women. In 2013, women working full-time in the United States typically were paid just 78% of what men were paid. Women of color have it even worse. For example, Hispanic and Latino women face the worst disparity, getting paid only 54% of what white men get paid. Also, wage gaps between men and women in the same profession. For example, male surgeons earn 37.76% more per week than their female counterparts. How do you feel about these statistics?
I think it's not fair. Like, a surgeon, it's a man or a woman, and they're performing the same thing and saving lives, so they should be paid the same amount, no matter if they're a man or a woman.
That's unfair. Women they live up to men 100%. Like, in some ways, they are better than men. Well, they are, actually. They give birth. Like, we couldn't do that if we wanted to.
I've heard these types of statistics before, and it bothers me that they're a thing.
If it's the same job and people are doing it wholeheartedly, I definitely think, regardless of gender or race or anything like that, that they should be paid the same. If it's the same work, I don't really see the rationale of paying someone less.
That just doesn't make any sense to me, because the female ability to work isn't any different from the men. They've gone through the same amount of school, they've had the same amount of training, they've worked just as hard, even harder, because they've been faced with more blocks, I guess, boundaries, people not wanting them to succeed. I feel like there's no reason why they shouldn't be paid as much. And females that want and ask to be paid as much are seen as aggressive. It's not the same, they'll be seen as aggressive, and it's not the same if men ask for a raise.